Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. This is a red alert for my viewers. Information that you need to be aware of so when it happens you aren't as shocked. Now, many data points right now are indicating that we are weeks, possibly days away from a major radiological or nuclear incident happening in Europe, which will have ripple effects throughout the world. This will be the black swan event that potentially crashes the markets around the world. Now, get this, in the last 24 hours, there have been a variety of different attacks, both direct attacks and cyber attacks on different levels of the nuclear power plant infrastructure in Ukraine and Russia. Okay, so we've seen one of the biggest cyber attacks on a Ukrainian nuclear operator, Energoatom, on Tuesday. This is the most powerful cyber attack since the start of the Russian invasion, okay, on their website. In addition to that, we've seen increased shelling at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Both Russia and Ukraine deny they're the ones doing it. Regardless, this shelling has become uncomfortably close to the nuclear waste storage sites at these nuclear facilities. The nuclear reactors themselves are very well fortified, and according to the experts, nothing short of a tactical nuclear warhead could possibly disrupt the reactors. Not sure I put a lot of stock in that. However, that's what they're saying, that you would need a direct hit of a really, really big bomb in order to create a nuclear crisis as a result of actually hitting the reactors, because there's several feet of concrete in between them and the outside world. However, the actual waste storage sites where they keep these spent fuel rods, if those exploded, that would create what would be the equivalent of like a dirty bomb, which would be a radiological mess, would kick up all sorts of radioactive dust, and it would just, it would be highly localized, but it would definitely have global repercussions.
Good evening, everyone. You've seen that insert and you heard that statement about the gentleman, what is happening in Europe. And I'm going to say more a little bit in a minute. But having said that, we are in the 7th day of our preparation for Feast of Trumpets. Why preparation? We need to prepare spiritually for what is coming. You cannot prepare for any event like that. Jesus is going to remove his bride, his ambassadors, before anything, before war takes place. Before war takes place, Jesus will remove his ambassadors. However, I don't believe the nuclear war will begin before the rapture. There is a prophecy that nuclear World War III will happen after the rapture, and more than 2 billion people will die. Not 2 million, 2 billion people will die. There will be an earthquake, of course, first, and then the sun will turn into darkness, the moon will turn blood red, and 3 days darkness will follow after that. And just after that, the nuclear World War III will begin. Now, you heard what that gentleman stated, and I personally am not a bearer of bad news. I don't like bad news, but as watchmen, we have to warn you what is coming. The world is asleep. They do not know what is coming. People go about their everyday business as if nothing is coming. My wife said the other day, it's very eerie, quiet, as if something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. Yes, Jesus will pierce the clouds, and every eye will see that. But another confirmation is that I was listening to Paul of Altergrid, desert farming, and he stated that a pastor, Philip Barnett, he had a vision, a dream some time ago, and after the second, I'm not going to, you can watch that video yourself from Paul. After the second evacuation of Kiev, the nuclear war will come to Ukraine. And people, this is on the cards. And having said that, I don't want to delay all this, make it long. This is just all the threat in the World War III nuclear missiles threat. 6,500 just from the USA, 6,850 just from Russia, from China 280, from the United Kingdom 250, from Israel over 80, from India 135, from Pakistan 145 missiles threat upon the world. People, this is very serious. Very serious. Here is the lady's prophecy. This prophecy is from the 90-year-old lady, and I've shared it a few times in my post already. And I'm going to share it again in this video. She said, the Third World War will begin in a way no one would have anticipated and from an unexpected place. At first I thought it will be from North Korea, but that is not the case. And this seems to be from Ukraine, not from far away from where she stays. And it seems like she stays in Norway. This prophecy is from 1968 to a pastor, Ramos. I think that was also from Norway. And I'm not going to give you the whole prophecy. I'll link that video where I share that prophecy. But I'm just going to take the thing about the rapture first, then nuclear war. 3, the old lady continues in tears streamed from the old woman's eyes down her cheeks. I will not see it, she said to this pastor, but you will. Then suddenly Jesus will come and the Third World War breaks out. It will be a short war, and that is what she saw in a vision. And she said, all that I have seen of war before is only child's play compared to this one, that is the nuclear war, and it will end it with a nuclear atomic bomb. She said the air will be so polluted. It will be so polluted. That is, of course, is Joel 2, 29 verse 31. And that is also Revelation 6 verse 12 to 13. And that is what is going to happen. And of course, there's also a prophecy that God's outpouring will happen soon after that. And she said that one cannot draw even one's breath. It will cover several continents, America, Japan, Australia, and all the wealthy nations. She states the water will be ruined, contaminated. We will no longer be able to till the soil. The result will be that only a remnant. You see that? I say 2 billion people will die. She said, yeah, only a remnant will remain. What is a remnant, people? What is a remnant? A small amount of people. And then people say, yeah, no, Jesus comes after the wrath of God. That cannot be the case. By the time Jesus comes after the wrath of God, people, there will only be a remnant left. Jesus said so himself, that if that will be so bad, it will be so bad, that if he does not shorten the time, no flesh would remain. Everyone will be dead by the end of God's wrath, with only a remnant that will remain, and only that remnant will, that of course is Revelation 12:6 and 14. Those are the people that God will hide away to populate the earth during the millennial reign. There is no rapture of the living, the people that are alive at the end of God's wrath. She said that it will be so bad, over 2 billion people will die. The remnant in the wealthy countries will try to flee to the poor countries, but they will be as hard on us as we were on them. That was all the time when the poor people were streaming to Europe, and they were really abused and mishandled. And as she said, she wasn't alive to see that, but she said that she saw it in a vision. They will be as hard on the European people as we were on them. People of God, this is really, really scary. We need to warn people. I sent out, I share almost 1,000 to 1,000 people. That is the truth, and I only get about 500, 700 views. And that, of course, is because YouTube, Facebook blocks me in every other way. My desire is that people should know what is coming. It will be a real tragedy. I would rather prefer them to know and prepare themselves spiritually for what is coming. So I pray that you will share this video with me and the other videos as well, as we go in our preparation for the coming of Jesus. God bless you, each and every one.